Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to Karma, Karma, Karma. So, I would like to hear what this Swami has to say about karma. I've not reacted to too many of his, but I'm going to start including him into the rotation. So let's hear what he has to say. Cause and effect.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I think it is a professional meditator. You know, the professional meditators, they start their meditation as exclamation. And after sitting for a long period of 3 seconds, then they become a question mark. Then another long sitting of 3 seconds, they become underline. See? So, I am told about karma, karma, karma. Karma, akarma, vikarma. I'll tell you something. Get out of this karma. Don't get lost in this. Karma is told in our scriptures for what? We must know the moral of the story. See? Like in one of my talks I mentioned, to explain how a person who is lost in the small little things, he cannot even understand, comprehend, imagine, project something infinite. Because he is lost in small little things. So, to make this point with reference to the spiritual life, I told a story. The story was, there was a fish from the sea, ocean, and it happened to land in a well. And in that well there was a frog. And the frog saw a newcomer, so he asked, "Hey, who are you?" He said, "I am a fish." "Where from you are?" That frog must be Indian. They want to know everybody's everything. So the fish said, "I am from sea." "What is sea?" He said, "Sea means ocean." "But what is ocean?" "Ocean means a huge quantity of waters." "How much water?" The frog has never gone out of the well. So he took his small little hand and showed, "This much water." The fish said, "No." Then he took his 2 hands together, "This much water." The fish said, "No." So he took a leap in the waters. "From here to there, this much water?" The fish said, "No, Baba." Then the frog got angry, and out of sarcasm, he jumped from wall to wall and said, "This much you mean?" Fish said, "No." Then, "Come." Then they went to the ocean. After having gone to the ocean, now the fish was asking, "How much is the water?" The fish, when he inquired, the frog kept his mouth shut. So what is the story? A person who is lost in Kupa Manduk Vritti. Kupa means well, Manduka means frog, Vritti means thinking process. A person who is lost in these small little things, he is not qualified for something infinite. See? So when I told this story, one elderly, very sincere person in Varanasi, he asked me this question. "Swamiji, I got a question." In Hindi, of course. And he asked the question, "How did the fish from the ocean go to the well?"
That was the question I was thinking. How did that happen? I guess it must be a monsoon or something that kind of rose up the water and the fish kind of jumped.
So I told him, by Kingfisher Airline. Now tell me, what was the moral of the story? That is not understood. And we get lost in these non-essentials. In the same manner, this theory of karma, sin, merit, last life, this life, next life, what is the moral? What for it is told? You know, the biggest catch for all of us is we get lost in cause and effect. Cause and effect is an illusion. Don't get lost in cause and effect. See? So, we ask, Maharaji, I don't know why I only get all the problems. Then the Maharaji says, look here, in the last life you have done lot of sin, and therefore as a result of that sin, in this life you are getting all the problems. But I don't know, I don't remember, that doesn't matter. In the divine cloud, they are not I clouds, they are His clouds. In His clouds there is no deleting of data, it remains permanently there. And therefore, according to that, you are suffering in this life. But then what should I do? Now you should behave properly and don't do something wrong so that next life you won't suffer. We understood that it is the karma, karma, karma. This is not the story. The story is, before this body was born, you were there. Then only you can do good and bad karma. In this body you are suffering. Body never suffers. It is you and me who suffer. See, once I was in Bangalore, in a, the Narayan Hrudayalayam, one of the biggest hospital in India. And the chief and the owner, all these are very much close to me. So one day they organized for me to see the heart operation. So putting all those funny clothes, I went. And then, after having gone there, that patient was lying, he was on water machines, his thorax was open, and the heart was lying there like a deflated bladder of a football. And the doctor was explaining me. I said, come on, yaar, finish it quickly, this fellow may die. He said, no, nothing will happen. He is okay, don't worry. And he was explaining me. So when his body was cut, he was not suffering. See? So, after this body drops, in the next life also, we go through good and bad experiences. So what is the conclusion, what is the moral of the story? Moral of the story is, you are other than the body. Karma is not the moral of the story. But these people get lost in karma, karma, karma so much. It is useless. Drop it once for all. See, karma creates an illusion of past, present and future. Cause is always earlier, effect is always later. So earlier is past, later is future. See, friends, therefore karma, akarma, vikarma, these topics are meant for telling us a basic principle, that you are someone other than the body. If this is understood, we have understood the import, the moral of the story. What is the meaning of this? First step. Then the second step. We are all expert in blaming others for our miseries in life, is it not? We blame others. So, we are told, stop blaming others. You are squarely responsible for all the problems of your life, not others. How? Because in the last life you have done good or bad, therefore you are suffering. So you are someone other than the body. Now the third principle that should come out. It is something like this. Before coming to Orlando, I was in Washington DC. Before coming to Washington DC, I was in Charlottesville. Before that, I was in Bethlehem. Before that, I was in New Jersey. Before that, I was in New York. Before that, I was in Phoenix. Where did I die? Then that is dead for me. I didn't die. Where is our childhood body? Childhood died. We are the same. See, my friends, the purpose of this karma theory is different. But instead of that, we get lost in the wrong conclusions. So, we are someone other than the body. Once this is understood,
I'd say that's pretty interesting the way he explained that. The proof that we are something other than the body is the sheer fact that because of our past lives that we continue to suffer today, which proves that you're not the body, because this body dies and then, well, then you should be gone, but no, you're still suffering in this new body, the present body, and then the past body has already been expired, but yet your karma still follows you. So you are something other than the body because this karma is something that's staying with you from body to body to body.
even theoretically, then we will start working on ourselves. See? When we start working on ourselves, a seeker is born. Then karma becomes spirituality, yoga becomes spirituality, upasana becomes spirituality, if it is directing us to ourselves. But normally karma is done for what? For getting the results. If I do this thing, I will get that. It is samsara. See, Bhagavad Gita says, Yoginaha karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. The yogis perform the duties or the karma for the purification of the mind, not for getting something out of this world. When we do get something out of this world through karma, we are the laborers. See, friends, like a tutor and we Babajis. Tutors are teaching to earn money. We don't talk to earn money. See, friends, then only the truth is told. Therefore, we have to clearly understand this. When we are doing karma, don't get lost into akarma, vikarma, sukarma. Simple thing is that our mind remains at peace before doing the job. Our mind is at peace while doing the job. And our mind is at peace after the job is done. These are the three conditions. See, you can hang something here. Take that bag. You can't tighten it more, it may break. You are a lefty? Then you do it right with the right hand. Come from this side. Okay, better. Let us hope it doesn't go to sleep. So, karmani chitta shuddhyartham. Karma is meant for purification of the mind. Now, what is the purification of the mind through karma? Very simple. We all do karma for getting something. And what do we expect from our karma? Miseries or happiness? See? We get married for what? Nobody gets married for misery. But what he gets is a different topic altogether. Then the other person gets divorced. For what? That is also for happiness. See, friends. And then again he gets remarried. That is also for happiness. And then he comes to realize earlier was better. See, friends, in short, all that we do in our life is only for getting happiness. Now, if we use the karma in a different manner, then your karma becomes a spiritual practice. And what is that? Don't do anything to get happiness. Then do whatever you are doing to express happiness. And when you are doing things to express happiness, you are not waiting for the karma phala to come. See, what happens with the parents? Why they become miserable is only because of this. When the child is born, bring him up to 5-6 years, love him whatever way, and then 6 to 13, discipline him properly, and 13 to 19, give him ambition and goal and dynamism and success. And after the child has taken your shoes, new shoes, and you are searching for your new shoes, then he is no more your child, he is now your friend. There, stop your relationship between the child and the parents. But you know what is the funny thing? When a child is born, there are two births. One, the child is born. Second, a mother is born.
What about a father?
The child grows. Mother never grows. She continues to be mother throughout life. And in the old age complains, see, 9 months I carried him in my stomach and this is the way he behaves with me. Who told you? Who needs whom? The children need the parents or the parents need the children? See, my friends, don't get too much involved in this world beyond a particular limit. See, that is the meaning of karma, karma, karma. Then second thing, ma karma phala hetur bhuhu. Don't have that notion that we are doing something. Many people have got this notion that I brought up my son. What you did, tell me. What is our contribution in growing in age? Zero. It is the earth which is moving around the sun and our age is growing. What is the funny thing it, And those children who don't have parents, do you think they don't grow or what? Ma karma phala hetur bhuhu. See, friends. And then only we suffer. And the most important thing about karma, mati sanghastu akarmani, never retire in life. Remain active. And after you finish your professional thing, remain active, either get involved in doing seva or learn something new, some hobby. Learn music, learn Chinese, learn Sanskrit, learn singing and destroy the peace of the house. But learn something. And when we learn, the child in us never dies. See? Otherwise, if we are not occupied, our mind is the one which makes us most miserable. Nobody makes us miserable more than our own mind. If you can mind your mind, you have learned the art of leading a happy life. See, my friends, it is for this purpose the karma is told. One part of it. Now, once we are convinced, then we will ask the second question. If I am not the body, but I am the embodied, then the question will come, who am I? See. So we are told, you are a jiva, you are a soul. and we get lost in this soul business. Friends, please understand, this is a very subtle, important point. You must have read in the stories that in the last life he was so and so. Like, Satya Sai Baba tells that I was the Shirdi Sai Baba, now I am Satya Sai Baba, then I will be born as a Prem Sai. He tells that. Should we say it is all bluff or wrong or what? Now here is a very subtle point, be attentive. We are living only on bhavana or blind acceptance, without knowing. See? So, we accept. I was born on such and such day, such and such night. See? And we don't have any experience of our birth. Do we have? We don't have. Then, our parents or the doctors or the nurses, they tell, you were born on such and such day. Now be attentive. Once I had to go and attend a delivery, although I am a sannyasi, because one of my friend, he was having, his wife was going to deliver at night, and he was a very strong personality. He could fight with everybody on any issue. He was born fighter. So he lost in argument with the nurse who was attending at night, about 12 o'clock or all. She said, if you talk more, I'll call police. Better you shut up and get out. So he called me. He said, Swamiji, please come. This is the thing. She doesn't talk to me and all that. So I went that night. And then he said, you please talk to her. So when I went and talked to her, hi, I could speak her language. So I spoke her language. So she became little, yes, what can I do for you? I said, Mama, for me, I am a sannyasi, I have no problem. This man's child and delivery, he wants to know. He will not come inside, I had decided. He is a terrible monster. I said, but about, he said, you can come and see and tell him. I said, look here, it is his baby, what interest I have got. No, you have to come. So my friend Swamiji, go and see, at least I will get some news. I went inside, and then this lady, then who is the baby? So that tag in number was there, this is the baby. And that was the first time in my life and the last time when I have seen a newly delivered baby within half an hour or so, looking like a squirrel. Oh, horrible. See? I said, Mama, thank you very much. Now this is over. Now, because I am Swami, I am fond of collecting knowledge. That is my hobby. Then I asked, I said, when was the baby born? She told, it was 11:39, midnight. I said, I agree, I am not arguing with you. Simply tell me this. So many ladies are delivering at a time. Are you sitting with the stopwatch or what? No. How do you decide exactly what time a child is born? Whether the child is born when it starts coming out or when it has come out. What do you decide the time of birth? And another thing I observed, every child's time of birth is always odd. It is never a round figure, except Bhagwan Krishna and Bhagwan Ram. Bhagwan Ram was born at 12 o'clock day and Krishna at 12 o'clock night. All others were born at 11:39. They say, can't they find some better figure? Then that nurse told, oh, you are pretty funny. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. Then she said, if we tell the people the round figure, that your daughter was born at 12 o'clock, they will never accept us. So we have to make something. So if I say 11:58, it's true. So neither we have the experience of birth, nor the body ever listens to us. And yet, I am the body. We have not created our body. I am body is only an imagination. See, be attentive. If you have to imagine, why don't you imagine you are divine? It's only imagination, isn't it? When a person gets married, he or she, they imagine, she is my wife and I am her husband. Imagination. Can you separate the man from the husband? Can you separate the woman from the wife? So where is the wife and husband? Nowhere. And thereafter they divorce. And then live together and introduce. She is my ex-wife. He is my ex-husband. So where that wife and husband has gone? And who was becoming miserable? This wife and husband. And where they have gone? Nowhere. Because they existed nowhere. Just get this point across. If we have to imagine that I am a body, nothing wrong, but then accept. He will grow first vertically, then horizontally. You will have diseases. You will have physical problems. See? One old lady asked me, one Punjabi lady, she was having a lot of knee pain and all that. Swamiji, please tell me, why do I get so much of knee pain? I am fed up with this. I said, Mama, I'll answer your question. First you answer my question. Don't argue. I don't like arguments and logic. Okay. Reply my question. Yes. Why God has given us eyes? Swamiji, do you think I am a baby? I said, you are arguing. Simply answer my question. To see. I said, very good. See, you know so much. Why God has given us ears? To hear. Very good. Exactly the same way. Knees are given to pain in the old age. They are doing their job. See, friends. So when I consider myself to be body, nothing wrong, but then accept all that is happening with the body. Because you accepted that you are the body under the cloud of utter ignorance. We have not created our body. The real right on our body is that of our parents. Except in USA. Here it is the other way around. If the parents scold the child, 911. Isn't it? That is the reason there was attack on 911. See, the parents are slaves here. There are no freedom with the children. So when you consider yourself to be body, you will have this world as real. Then struggle.
I'm having a kind of a difficult time understanding him, but I do get some of the stuff that he's saying, but what I'm hearing so far is the sheer fact that, again, you're not the body at the very beginning because the proof of your karma from the past onto the future body, into your body, into another future body. And that, again, here, that you're not the body, yet we accept the body as our true selves. That's the reason why we're suffering, when in reality we are not. That's all I've gotten so far.
Next step. If we have come to this conclusion that I cannot be the body, because the body doesn't experience anything. See, it's a very simple thing. Like, suppose you get some small thing to be operated on let's take a thumb. Then the doctor will not put you into anesthesia, whole, general, give only local anesthesia, and you can watch, and he will cut it and see the things. So you are seeing everything. The blood is coming, he is cutting, but you don't get pain because your thumb is in meditation, chemical meditation. You have withdrawn your identification with the thumb. So where is the pain? Pain is not in the body. Life is not lived by the body. Life is lived through the body by somebody. Then the question comes, then if I am someone other than the body, then who am I?
Actually, I did think about that. When did I think about that? Probably Monday, Tuesday, when I was talking to my coworkers. And I was actually thinking about exactly what he's talking about like your pain receptors and stuff. Like, a great example was the fact that whenever he cuts your finger, you will feel a cut, but because they numbed it, you don't feel it. And what they did is basically they just block the pain receptors so where you don't feel anything. Not all the time. Sometimes they miss a spot and you will feel a cut. You'll feel something, what is it, like pushing down on your skin, but you won't feel pain. And that's kind of like an interesting thought that I had, which she's explaining now, was about, a way of talking to people, like, if we block the pain receptors, where was I going with this? But if all we are is just like signals, basically. It's like if you block the pain receptors, you can still see your body being damaged, but you're not feeling anything. So your experience, your awareness is not aware of it because the signal is not going up to your awareness. This is also something that I think about, like how things manifest in your awareness. It must manifest in your consciousness awareness for you to experience it. Otherwise it doesn't. So I'm wondering if that theory of mine can be broken or disproved. Must it manifest in your consciousness awareness for you to experience it? In the deep sleep state, you're pure awareness, consciousness, but you're not experiencing anything. In your dream state, you're experiencing your dreams. In your waking state, you're experiencing your awakened world. So I was trying to think, like, must it manifest in your consciousness for you to experience it? And the deep sleep state was the one that's kind of like, maybe that can break my theory. But in the deep sleep state, you're experiencing your pure consciousness, which is nothing, blankness. So I don't know if that theory of mine can be broken or not. But so far I think it's held pretty true. But again, I was thinking about what he's talking about here about, if you put a whole bunch of pain blockers in your wherever and you start cutting yourself, you'll never experience the pain. So that says the fact that, one, we are signals. If you can block the signals, then you won't experience it. Even though what you think is pain is happening is not. I mean, the thing is happening, but you're not getting the pain from it. I have to work that out, but that's something I've been thinking about, and I'm not too sure how to word it. And the way I try to think about things, how do I say it to a Westerner, or someone who doesn't understand, just in general, really, and explain it in such a way that they can relate to it, because we can relate to cutting our hands. It's like, that hurts. And then how to kind of translate in a way where when you say, I got cut, there's a pain, but I don't feel it. Why is that? I don't know how to explain it other than just that. Just a way of explaining that how you're not the body, how you're blocking the pain receptors, even though pain is happening, therefore you are not this part of the body, because even though you slice it open, you're not feeling pain. Yes.
Then our scriptures tell, in Sanskrit you are a jiva, or in English you are a soul. And here the height of foolishness begins. Like for every shoe, there is a separate soul. Exactly the same way, for every body there is a separate soul. You may put any spelling, but when the soul is gone, the shoe goes away. Now what is that soul? Think, friends, we simply blindly accept that this is the soul going from one body to another body. Correct this error. And this can be corrected only if you have the courage to accept, if you are convinced, and live that conviction. See, friends, for example, when I am identified with the body, I take myself to be body. This is an illusory self, not the real one. After I accept myself to be body, then the next generation is born. What is the next generation? I am mother, I am father, I am husband, I am wife, I am son, I am daughter, I am in-law, I am outlaw. And who is miserable? This second generation, 2G. And where are they? Think. Where are they? And when they were born the moment body identification has happened.
There's something. I did not pause.
Think.
There's something that I kind of like that he's. It's a bit confusing how I think he explained it a little bit earlier, but I'm understanding a little bit better now. It's the sheer fact that what's something Sadhguru has said. I don't remember if other gurus have said it, but it's identification. You know, as you know, you're a coworker, you're a CEO, you're a CFO, or you're just the cashier or the I don't know driver, Uber driver or whatever, and all these different identifications provides more outlets of conflict or sadness. Oh, I'm just an Uber driver. Oh, I'm the CEO and everyone hates me. Oh, I'm just a cashier and I hate the CEO. And it's like the more identifications you have, the more and more conflicts arises. And this is something that I kind of see and I worry in America with the identity politics. Is the sure fact that there was some legitimacy in terms of certain issues, and now we're getting into all these weird identities, and now they're overcoming the victim of the last victim. I don't know. I don't want to explain it too deep, but just what was the last victim? Now there's a new victim out there, and it's because of these identity politics, and they're just creating more and more identities. It's really crazy, and I don't really want to dive too deep into that. It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
My friends, one day one young couple, they were talking to me. Swamiji, we are constantly fighting. Please sort out our differences. What should we do? I said, how many years you are married? They said, 15 years. I said, another 4 years you will fight, then it will be okay. He said, why like this? I said, 15 is a teenage. But I am elder than her. I said, hey man, listen, husband and wife, they have got the same age. And who are fighting is not the man and the woman.
That's hilarious. Actually, I like that. I get it.
Who are fighting is the husband and the wife. Did you get married one after another or together? So when you are 15 years of marriage, that is your teenage. And it is natural that teenage people fight. So continue. And when you will become 19, then you will understand if she is there, it is an obstacle. But if she is not there, it is a problem. And then you continue. See, friends, all these relations with which we carry the burden as I is only our own imagination. They are not real. You are real. So this example which I have been giving, just if you little bit contemplate on this, very simple, not difficult, very simple. I as a man, with reference to my father, who am I? A son. I the same man, with reference to my wife, who am I? Husband. I the same man, with reference to my son, who am I? The father. Have I become three? I am only one. And who is miserable? This non-existing son, husband and father. And when are they born? Only after body identification. So what is the soul? Be attentive. Soul is like, the husband is the soul and a man is God. So who is God? God is always happy. And who is soul? Soul is always miserable. So husband is always miserable and man is always happy. Now, if you have to define the husband, if you have to define the soul or the jiva, how will you define? See, my friends, it is something like this, you know. In school, we are given some examination, some.
I'll pause right there because I want to save enough for the next video. Interesting. Something that I a long time ago, when I was younger, I have always said that we have many faces, which is basically many identities. And what are these identities? It's not necessarily that something that's given to you, but it's something that you play out. How you act towards your boss is different how you act towards your best friend. It's different how you act towards your friend. It's different how you act towards your coworker. It's different how you act towards your business partner. Different how you act towards your significant other. It's different how you act towards your child. All these different people have their own version of you, vision of you. All different identities. Your boss to boss, your coworker to boss relationship, your husband or wife relationship, your father or mother relationship, all these identities is basically what he's pointing out here. And that's something that, I mean, it's something that I do believe in. You don't act the same in all instances. You don't talk to your boss like your best friend, where you can goof around and say certain things that, that is acceptable between you and your friend, but it's not something that you do with your boss. So you do act differently among different people, but yet you are still the same person, the true self. So I wonder how far he'll get into this. I will start a little bit rewind on the next episode. But anyways, that's the first part of Karma. If you like my concept, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.